That kind of nerd. Let's start the show with comics, movies, and technology. Here we go, bringing you the segments that you're looking for, like Cape Talk, Screen to Stream, Tech Perspective, and more. Cast this nerd degree and the blockbuster. Welcome to the club, cause you're that kind of nerd.
Welcome, everyone, to That Kind of Nerds podcast, a show that tells you what is going on in the nerdy world. I am CJ Mellon, and I am joined by both of the hosts of the show, Josh Burns and Brian Thornton.
What up?
I knew the keyboard would return.
Oh, hi there.
If through the episode, Brian gets quieter and quieter, or just drops out altogether, it's because I've cut him out of the show because of his damn mechanical keyboard. And it's nice to have all three of us back.
Yes, indeed.
It's nice to have us all three here.
Yes, excited to be here. I'm sorry. I just remembered something. Hang on one second.
That was excellent.
Just trying to hack into Friendster here.
There we go. Hi, it's wonderful to be back. I would love to say I missed you.
Stop typing while you talk.
No.
You're the worst. As is normally customary at the start of a new month, right? Brian usually gathers all the resources, books, and a dark place lit by candles, and puts together the blockbuster. We haven't done that in a while, and a lot of trailers came out recently that have a few movies in October, but some big things also coming out towards the end of the year. So I wanted to take the opportunity this week, talk about a few trailers with you guys. And listener, I want to know what you think about some of these movies because it looks fantastic. There's no need to beat around the bush. We have to start with the biggest trailer that came out this week, and that was for The Matrix Resurrections. We got the first trailer for it. There was a little teaser that floated around for a little bit, but a first official trailer. I have got to know what you guys think about what we saw. So this has only been directed, and if I'm reading this, co-written by one of the Wachowskis, so no team up on this one.
Lana Wachowski?
Yes, just Lana. Yeah. Yes. I mean, I got to first start off with this. What do we think? Because I thought The Matrix ended pretty... I know there's more lore. I know there's more stuff you can build on, but like, I thought we wrapped it up. Like we did a good job.
I thought it was done. I did think it was
done. Again, there's more lore, and there's more stuff that obviously there's more lore you could see from a new movie. But what do we think about this coming back?
I hope they make 3 more. Like I hope this is the start of a new trilogy. Give me all the Matrix movies. Give me a whole lot more of this story. I can't. The trailer was great. I don't understand what we're looking at, kind of where we're at, and like, why is Jonathan Groff there? Like, is he the new architect? And if so, awesome. But like,
I think he might be the new Merovingian. He looks very much like that dude.
Like he's a Merovingian? Maybe. I think he's the new architect.
What does that make Neil Patrick Harris?
We're all just speculating here. I'm just saying shit, all right?
Here's the thing I always thought, right? The first Matrix broke barriers with not only just visual effects, but like the creation of bullet time, right? Or maybe not the creation, but the perfection of bullet time.
It was a lot of things. It was also kind of right place, right time. It was like at right when DVDs were becoming
exactly. This was like the first DVD everybody owned.
It was. It was. Yes. It
right.
Was.
It had a
false
cool menu. Of course.
False. My house owned Twister first.
It's the first DVD that normal people own.
I'm not joking.
I know you're not.
Oh, that's sad.
Your family couldn't wait to rewind the cow. Another cow. No, I think
it wasn't that. I mean, hey, have you watched? Okay, now slow down a second. Have you watched Twister recently?
Yeah, it had that one Van Halen song.
Because it's still a good movie.
Oh, it holds up.
And it definitely holds up. And that movie was the movie my father used to put on all the time to show everyone his surround sound system. Because you felt like you were in the Twister.
Twister was the movie.
Twister was what you used to sound off the surround sound?
Nope.
It's got legit surround sound. Nope. I don't know what you're talking about.
The Bastogne episode of Band of Brothers.
All right, so
late 90s, Josh. Band of Brothers
like 2000?
2001. Right, that's not late 90s. That's 2000.
That's not late 90s.
Well, you didn't get a surround sound system until 1999 anyway.
Band of Brothers is still not out in 99.
You weren't showing it off in 99. Give me a break.
Let's talk about Matrix.
Let's get back to Matrix. Here's the thing. So again, The Matrix is very groundbreaking with everybody besides Brian Thornton. The Matrix was the first DVD into your house. What was cool is bullet time, the visual effects. I mean, the scene, the choreography for fighting just coming out. It was mind bending. And it's 2021. Visual effects have come a long way. How do you build that legacy? And I think so far what we've seen, they still are doing some really cool and innovative things in that CG space. But it seems to, again, just kind of serve the purpose of the story and not just flashy shit. Like, it seems to have some cool stuff. So I'm very interested. This cast list is mind-boggling in a good way. Neil Patrick Harris is showing up. I don't know.
Mind-boggling.
Whatever. The gentleman, and I cannot pronounce his name, and I do apologize. I believe he's from the Watchmen series, the guy who was
yes.
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan. He's in this playing what I would assume is
Morpheus
or a Morpheus.
Yeah,
role?
we all have to make assumptions that this is a new version of the Matrix,
right?
And it is the Morpheus type character. But I don't even think we have names yet, do we?
No, if you check out IMDb, it's just like,
That's
you know
I'm
Neo,
going
you
now.
know Trinity, and that's about it. But it looks.
Why? I need it now. I need it now.
The other part too was, Neo was a little more clean cut and all that, and obviously it's I don't know if you saw Bill and Ted.
It's John Wick. He's John Wick in this.
Yeah, seeing Keanu Reeves with that facial hair now is wrong. He finally aged.
I think they learned their lesson. That's why he
has the beard. It's allowed. He's allowed to do. I'm sure when he comes out of the Matrix as a fresh body, he somehow still has the beard.
Yep, beard.
I would love to see the big reveal that all the John Wick movies take place in the Matrix, and that's why every assassin lives in one city. Just because the computer programmers didn't know what else to.
When he comes out of the Matrix,
there.
it just spits him out of the front of the Continental. He lands
There
on
you
the
go.
sidewalk.
Exactly.
That's why it's
And
a
then
safe
he's
space.
just
It's your safe point.
Right back into John Wick 4. It's a cyclical.
What's
thing
wait? Where's
going on
Morpheus?
here.
He's a hobo now. He's king of
So
the
hobo,
hobos.
TikTok.
He's king of the
King of the
He's got
hobos.
pigeons.
TikTok.
He's
Neo,
got
TikTok.
pigeons.
But also, my brain just farted on that one. Everyone's taking these blue pills, or not everyone. The blue pills are back.
Yeah, that seems like an equilibrium type thing, right?
Yeah.
Like a suppressor.
seems
Yeah.
like-
Yeah. That's actually a really good reference. The equilibrium reference is very good. And also, you've reached your target audience of me and really no one else.
I mean, of us, because we all are fans of Equilibrium, are we not?
I doubt CJ's a very big fan of that movie.
I wouldn't say very big fan, but I am. I enjoyed the movie.
Okay. Well, that's Get Out.
All right. I saw Jada Pinkett Smith is still on the cast list. So there's still some connections to the old trilogies. I'm very excited for this, and was as we all know, I am a person who says movie been after 20 plus years should not make more movie. See Coming to America 2, Men in Black 3, etc., etc. This looks fantastic. This is the movie that breaks the rule. So I'm with Josh on this one. Give me more. I would be okay if you hand off the franchise to somebody else and it's not Keanu Reeves. Hot take. But I am excited to see more of this.
Well, we have also Jessica Henwick, who I think we all like. I know I did, at least in she was really the best part of Iron Fist. She's done she's done some other stuff too. Like you can
Like Game of Thrones.
Like Game of Thrones. Like if you were curious about her fighting chops outside of Iron Fist, see Sand Snakes in Game of Thrones. Christina Ricci is in this as well.
Wait,
So-
what?
Yeah, Christina Ricci is on the cast list.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, I you were giving who would she could be Persephone in this case,
Oh,
right? Like if we're looking at like who's the Merovingian character, but like here's the
Right.
thing, I think all that's too much to pack into one movie. So I think at least 2, if not 3, would be the right number.
Yeah, something strikes me, especially with Warner Brothers, that this is not. All right, we're just going to visit this
No,
huge IP and this huge franchise phenomenon one time, and then we'll walk away. Yeah, no. Yeah, there's definitely at least another one. If not, that the little material, right? Like stuff like that they did, like the Animatrix and things like that. They'll totally license this out and let somebody else farm it and continue it. I don't think this has to live with the creators.
Yeah, and I'm cool with them handing it off. But I like, give me 2 more of these. Let's get a real, like, some decent closure for Neo. By the way, IMDb lists the original Merovingian as Merovingian.
Flashbacks?
Yeah.
Reboots?
Could be.
Who knows?
Could be.
It's a computer program. Anything's possible. So I'm still sticking to my guns about Josh Groff.
Jonathan
Groff.
Groff.
That Groff guy. The guy
Groff.
who is the Groff. I like my interpretation better.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Huge fan of The Matrix. I hope this. Listen, I don't think it's any secret that the second and third one are a little bit of a disappointment compared to the first one.
Yeah.
So I hope this kind of redeems the franchise a little bit. Maybe like some sequels are very successful at making all the stuff you hated about previous movies better. Maybe it does that, but I'm completely fine with a completely new story. And I don't need Keanu anymore. Like, I'm completely fine if he's one and done and we pass it off to a new person in this film.
Well, and that could be what
I'm fine with that.
That could be what they're doing with the Morpheus thing, and just all right. Here's a soft handoff. Did everyone lose their mind? No. Okay, no more Keanu Reeves.
Want to be very clear. I love Keanu.
Yes.
I love John Wick. But that's the thing. Like, right? Like, I think The Matrix as a story doesn't need Neo anymore.
Correct. Yes.
So I like, however they decide to do it. I'll take 3 more movies with Keanu and Carrie and Trinity. I'm sorry, Carrie Ann Moss and whatever. But like, I'm down. So really looking forward to this. And when does this come out again? Is this November?
So this comes out December 22nd, and because this is Warner Brothers, this is not only in theaters. This is also going to be
HBO Max. Score.
That's what Jenny said, and I was like,
I feel like I might see this too. Yeah, I feel like I might pay to go to.
I mean, I went to see Shang-Chi in theaters, and I was there are too many people, so like that it was weird. So hopefully by December things will be better.
No, nope.
But
they're only getting worse. Worse.
I'll tell you this: if I go back to the movies and I had a guy to my right and then someone next to my wife, if that happens again, I'm leaving. I'll just leave it. But if I get into the theater and there's no one near me, I'm staying.
Well, that's not going to be the case.
So, Matrix Resurrections going to be on HBO Max, going to be in theaters. Do what you will, but I am very excited to see this movie. I would also now like to take this opportunity for our next trailer, which is a movie that will also be hitting HBO Max and theaters at the same time on October 1st. Ladies and gentlemen, we turn the floor to Josh Burns for the many Saints of Newark.
Is it October yet?
It is not October yet.
Well, then why? I don't know why I have to wait for this anymore.
Why is it not October? Or
why is it not October? And why am I still waiting for this? And why can't I watch it tonight? That's what I want to know. I want answers to those 3 questions.
Can you repeat them real quick?
Nope.
Why is it not October?
Because time,
and we haven't moved around the sun fast enough. Why can't you watch it now? See previous answer. And I don't remember what the third one was.
Why am I still waiting for this?
Oh,
because time.
See time. See?
Your answer is time.
No,
time.
I don't like it.
So this is the Sopranos prequel movie here, following Mr. Young Tony Soprano.
If for some reason you've been living under a rock for the last, I don't know, year and are oblivious that there is a Sopranos prequel movie coming out, watch this trailer. It's looking more and more and more like this is the Dickie Moltisanti story, which is pretty dope. And hopefully they can do more because it looks fantastic. And Michael Gandolfini looks like his father.
Yeah.
He sounds like his father.
Sounds like his dad, right? Too.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Here's a question I have about this. I've known the title, The Men and Saints of Newark, right? I did not know the little subtitle, A Soprano Story.
Yeah.
Which, while that makes sense, because we want to trade on the Sopranos brand, right? Could I get more of the Soprano Story stuff? Could we get Future and Pat? Like, can we jump around the timeline of the Sopranos?
I think we might be able to. And especially when you look at this cast, it's like there's not a ton of huge names in here.
Right.
So like, yeah, they could make more of this.
Brian, let me ask you a story. Let me ask you a question.
Skip over me. I don't care about Sopranos.
No. I have an industry question for you.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay, so Brian, in your
Yes.
experience and your vast IMDb knowledge in your brain,
Sure.
putting a caveat of, hey, other property that we know story, right? Or putting that connection but not making it explicitly clear in the title. Has that occurred anywhere else where we then get like spin-off things? Is there anything like this?
I want to say yes, but nothing that ends in spinoffs. I don't think this is. Listen,
Or continuations? You know what I mean? Like, okay, well,
no,
told the story
I understand
this.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
From a business aspect, when did The Sopranos go off air?
2004?
4.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so what? 17 years ago.
Yes.
If I just put out a movie called The Manly Saints in Newark and throw out a trailer, 90% of people aren't going to know what the heck it is. Even some Sopranos, don't furrow your brow. Even some Sopranos fans, unless you specifically say, "Hey, there's Tony Soprano." No, I'm telling you how it is. I was asked a question. I'm telling you how it is. I'm putting the Sopranos story subtitle in there to reference the fact that it's a Sopranos movie to get people who are like me, who've never watched The Sopranos, to go watch The Sopranos and then go see my movie. That's why I put it in
The only
there.
reason you're saying that is because
Not
you
to make
haven't watched The
future
Sopranos.
movies.
Had you
No,
Listen.
I'm saying that as somebody who understands the business.
anyone who's ever seen The Sopranos and hears the name Moltisanti goes, "Oh, this is a Sopranos." story."
Correct. Now listen, but
from 17 years ago.
Yes.
Not everybody's
Yes,
like that.
everyone.
No,
I'm sorry.
Everyone
Josh,
who
no.
watched that show
yes.
from 17 years ago, anyone, if you hear that name, you go, "Oh, that's what this is." It's not a big leap to think of that.
And I want you to pay attention to the verbiage that he's using, Brian. If you watched it while it was on the air the first time, not people who picked it up on HBO or Netflix recently, right? People that were fans of The Sopranos back when it was on TV for the first time, they would know what that is.
100%.
I don't think every Sopranos fan, as in people who watched it after the show was done, would do that because you watched that for several years like that. You were pretty invested in the story. All right, so you're saying that the Sopranos story subheader is just to get people who go, "Oh, it's The Sopranos," instead
It's to
of
get people who are either not privy to what the story is
Sure.
or have never seen The Sopranos.
Same reason you put a Star
It's
Wars
also-
story under Rogue One.
exactly
Pretty much.
yes, right.
And that's the thing. And like, listen, that's like, look, you asked me the question, have we ever, I mean,
This isn't
did
the
any other
Sopranos
Star
you're
Wars-
used to, but it is a Sopranos universe story.
Correct.
and did any other Star Wars movie have that subtitle?
Han Solo
Han Solo, Rogue One.
and Rogue One. So the two spin-offy thing. Okay, so there's the precedent that we can lean on, right?
My point is this. If this movie does well, then sure, they'll do more.
Sure.
Just like any other, like, I don't think
Right.
there's plans to do a shit ton of Sopranos spinoffs. This is all predominantly going to be based off of how does this do?
Right.
If it does well, okay, let's kick off a couple others.
All right.
What do we got? What other characters can we
What other
explore?
story do you
What
want to
other
tell?
things can we do?
Right. That makes sense. And there's the example because for some reason it was ringing in my head and I just couldn't figure it out. And Star Wars, that is where I've seen that before. So that makes sense. All right, moving on to our next trailer. This one kind of caught me by surprise, I'll be honest. And Josh, I believe you put this into our show notes. And this is a VOD digital release for October 8th. But it looks really good. It's called South of Heaven. It stars Jason Sudeikis. I always mess up.
Evangeline Lilly.
Thank you, Evangeline Lilly. Is it Shia? What's his name? The guy from Boardwalk Empire who plays Eli. He's the
Shay?
The guy who's
Shay?
always an asshole?
yes. All right. So
I don't think I've seen much with him in it, but he's always an asshole.
I've seen a couple other things. He's pretty good. And then Michael Coulter, who played Luke Cage. So very interesting story. It sounds like that Jason Sudeikis is a parolee, right? He got out early to spend time with his wife who has a terminal illness, and then he gets entangled in some shit in a little small town that has to deal with large amounts of money going missing. It looks really interesting, and because the conversation we had last week, Josh, about Ted Lasso, I am now, when I saw Jason Sudeikis, I was like, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, and he's doing a Southern accent. I know that, Jason Sudeikis. I'll give this one a shot. even though it's VOD or digital release. Like this looks pretty interesting. What did you guys think?
I thought the cast looks decent. You got Luke Cage in there. I like that kind of story. There's the convict just out of prison being taken advantage of for his convict status, getting revenge or getting out from under the thumb of. I like that story. So yeah, I'm willing to give it a watch. Again, I'm not a huge Jason Sudeikis fan, but willing to give it a watch.
And it's one of those stories of I promise when I get out, I'll go straight. And then someone immediately, like an opportunity immediately is at your door when you get out to be like, hey, money making opportunity, but I made a promise that I wouldn't do it. I know, but shit's in it now. You're in. Fuck off.
I'm not like, oh, I have to see this. I don't even know how it's coming out, how it's being released. One day, if it happens to grace my streaming platform, maybe I'll watch it. But I'm not like jumping all over there, chomping at the bit for this. You know what I mean?
What do you think about these types of stories, though? Right? Is this something that you find that's full of cliches, or do you think that there's enough space to tell a compelling story?
No, I mean, I think it's probably my oven. I think that there's plenty of movie and story tropes all the time. It really is a matter of, do you have an interesting thing to say or something new, different to do with it, or do you have a solid cast that is entertaining to watch, even though you kind of know how the story is going to go? And like, I like Ted Lasso, but I'm kind of with Josh on this one. Like, I've never seen Jason Sudeikis in a role like this, and I'm not completely convinced. Not that I don't think he can do it. I'm just not completely convinced that I would enjoy seeing him in a role like this. So I don't know. There's nothing drawing me to this film. It's one of those films that was just like, maybe one day.
I couldn't get through No Sudden Move, and I feel like this would make up for that. That I would get a story that has some of the same elements.
Is that the one with Brendan Fraser?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch that just to support him.
I watched as much as I could. I could not take the fisheye lens that is everywhere over this thing. But that is a discussion for another time. Okay. I want to talk about this movie more than anything, and I think Josh is going to join me right away. The next trailer we have is called Last Night in Soho. It is from Edgar Wright. And when I first started watching this, I thought it was one thing, then it turns to another.
Yes, it was definitely another.
Yeah. So
it seems like another thing that Josh normally wouldn't watch.
No, that's not true.
So this starts
There's no zombies in it.
So it starts off with this girl basically having the ability to travel back to the 1960s in her favorite part of London, right? And she gets to be another person and inhabit that space. And it looks really cool. And then it takes a turn that turns into this thriller, slasher, horror, I don't know, suspense. I don't know what genre you put it in.
Yeah, thriller. I give
Giallo.
you thriller. It's definitely not horror.
It's a giallo,
A what?
if I'm using that term correctly. Hang on.
It's a what now?
Giallos are mystery fiction and thrillers. It's a term. It's an Italian term, that an Italian type of film that became very popular in like the early 40s and 50s.
Gruesome murder mystery thrillers.
But yeah, I would designate this as a giallo.
Well, if that's the correct pronunciation, I think you've nailed it. I'm saying yes to this movie because Edgar Wright, and I think Josh is saying yes to this movie because the wonderful Matt Smith is in this movie.
He's a little evil.
Yeah, I
don't know if Burns, are you on board with it, with an evil doctor?
I don't know if you watched The Crown. This is very reminiscent of
I don't watch The Crown.
No, I haven't watched The Crown.
That's fine.
And look, man, the thing that hooked me about this wasn't like at first glance it wasn't because Matt Smith.
Right.
It was Edgar Wright, and then it was Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yes.
I love her.
Queen's Gambit. Yes.
Queen's Gambit.
I'm becoming a huge fan of her.
Like I don't know. I'm sure you've both watched The Queen's Gambit, right?
Yes. It was very good.
Brian?
No, but continue to talk about it.
Still no?
Really?
I what am I in the middle of watching right now?
Who cares?
Hasn't finished all Doctor Who, hasn't watched The Sopranos, hasn't watched Queen's Gambit.
The Wire.
Okay.
Hasn't watched The
You're on
Wire.
a podcast about pop culture, right? Just want to make sure.
Okay, first off, those are not like the pinnacles of
I'm
pop
not
culture.
saying that they are.
Look.
First
The
off.
Wire, The Sopranos, you should have watched by now.
Yes.
And they kind of are at the pinnacle
in the 5
of pop
years
culture.
that we have been running this show.
in
Yes.
a particular genre.
In the genre
Yes.
of streaming entertainment, they are the pinnacle.
No, they're not. They didn't even start off as a streaming show.
They are now. They developed the need for streaming. Those
Yes.
were the shows that got people
When
to
they
subscribe.
came to Netflix, you were just like, "Oh shit, they have this."
Well,
I'm
they
going
never
to
came to
binge
Netflix
They never went to Netflix
because HBO.
it. Okay.
They also never were on streaming
They
until
got
HBO Max.
they got people subscribing to HBO. Those are the hooks. There would be no Game of Thrones without The Sopranos and The Wire.
I do not argue with you on that point. But my point is, okay, listen, there are movies who start a thing and then there's things that happen that do other elements or do them better.
Right.
I've seen all the stuff that does it better. I'm not saying I don't need to go see The Sopranos or Wire. Don't look at me that way. I'm just assuming right now.
What's doing what better than The
I
Sopranos?
don't
or The
know.
Wire?
I've
You
never
don't
seen
know
The
because you have no
Sopranos.
basis.
I'm telling you, anything.
I'm not going to have this argument with you. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now.
No,
I've watched like the first 4 episodes of Sopranos. I wasn't a fan of it when I watched it. Also was 18 years ago. So I'll give it another shot.
Please do. So here's the
All
thing.
right.
Here's the thing with Anya Taylor-Joy. Obviously, I watched The Queen's Gambit, and I loved it. I watched it like just on a whim, like let's give this a shot. Loved it, fucking loved it. And then obviously the New Mutants wasn't great, but I thought she was good. And I've just learned that she is cast to be Furiosa in the origin story of the Renegade Warrior Furiosa, based on the Mad Max character.
Gotcha.
The Charlize Theron played in.
Yes.
Yes. So she is going to be in the origin of that, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So she is the reason that I continued watching the trailer after knowing that it was Edgar Wright, and then it not being at all Baby Drivery.
Right.
Right.
And-
So I was like, oh, Edgar Wright. I start playing it, and I'm like, oh, this is not what I was signing up for. When I saw Edgar Wright, I wanted Edgar Wright. I wanted Baby Driver. That's not this. And then I saw Anya Taylor-Joy, and I went, oh.
I like
And then I
her.
saw Matt Smith, and I went, well,
Oh, now you've got me.
now you've got me.
Now you've got my money. This is that film, kind of like Happy Death Day, and not in any execution, in the sense of the concept is this, and then you introduce this other element of whatever the word was that Brian said that I will not pronounce because I'll butcher it.
Giallo.
Yes, you add that element to it, and it becomes this weird, cool hybrid thing. And then I'm like, Edgar Wright, I'm going to get a banging soundtrack out of this after I'm done, too. So, again, it's taking these two genres and melding them together and doing it with a really creative person. That's an exciting movie to me. That's an original story, right? I'm not watching something that's predicated on I've watched the 3 other sequels or watched the movie that's tangentially connected to it. I'm seeing something new and original, and this was really exciting. Now, Josh, for me, this is coming out October 29th. Why I'm not watching it now, why time not work the right way, why you no love me time! I want this movie
Wow.
now. It looks really good.
Really, really angry at times.
Why time no love me?
Listen, I think this movie is timed correctly because if it is truly a horror film, Halloween
Coming right
perfect.
out. We're coming right out there.
Right?
Yep.
Perfect timing. Anya Taylor-Joy has been amazing in everything I've seen her in, so I'm really looking forward to that. And like, we got so much shit. Like, you guys are ragging on me for not watching 20-year-old shows. There's so much shit out right now. We have plenty to occupy our time between now and the end of October when we can see this stuff. I mean, that's where I'm at.
I'll hit something up at the end of the show that'll give you a more compelling reason to watch something you want to watch. But I want to talk about Red Notice. This is a Netflix movie coming out November 12th, only on the Netflix. Netflix original movies to me have been kind of meh This has Dwayne The Rock Johnson. It's got Gal Gadot, and of course, it's got Ryan Reynolds.
This is Fast Five with a more charming cast.
Thank you. I'm the guy who's going to bring you in. I happen to be The Rock.
I say that as a Fast and Furious
If they
fan.
end up in Rio, it's game over. They just took the script and went, change the city.
No, you know what I think this is? I think this is Fast Five meets Carmen Sandiego.
It's fast. It's more like Fast Six, but yeah.
Okay.
Tell me Gal Gadot is not like giving some Carmen Sandiego
Oh my
vibes.
God.
It's like except much more heisty. Carmen Sandiego she's just disappearing. She's not really.
No, she's a criminal. She's heisting.
I know.
shit,
I
and
know
then she
she's a
disappears.
criminal, but like
She steals shit. She disappears, and then
She's always in
have to
Belize.
find her. Because Josh, where in the world is she?
she's in Belize.
Where is Carmen Sandiego?
Always Belize.
Always Belize.
Always. She's always in
It's a
Belize.
huge party town.
I just realized that this movie is directed by the guy who did Skyscraper and Central Intelligence. And that kind of informs me a little bit about this movie, and I'm not sure if I'm happy about it.
It's a popcorn movie, dude.
Oh, hell yeah, it is. But it's a popcorn
it's-
movie in my house.
First of all, I actually and I'm on record with my opinion of Kevin Hart. I actually enjoy Central Intelligence.
Yeah, it was good.
Sure. And we have a whole episode on Skyscraper, so go entertain yourself if you want.
And you know what? Listen, Skyscraper was fun. We had fun talking about it. I don't see anything wrong with Skyscraper.
Except for the trajectory of him running off that crane, there's no way he would have gotten to that floor, especially with the fact that he had a prosthetic leg. We'll let that go. Physics don't matter. So if I'm understanding the summary, the plot of this correctly, it's The Rock is trying to arrest Ryan Reynolds.
It seems like he does arrest Ryan Reynolds.
Right. Gal Gadot is Ryan Reynolds' rival.
Ryan Reynolds has
saying
no family.
He
needs more family.
never had a
so
corona in his life.
He adopts The Rock, and they're going to go get Carmen Sandiego to join their family.
Was
That's what I saw.
so Ryan Reynolds is saying, "Hey, not only have you caught me, but go catch my rival. I'll help you." Is Gal Gadot doing a different accent than is she trying to put on an American accent, or was I just mishearing? The
No,
trailer?
she's trying to put on a
Gal Gadot. Really? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, she was.
I heard. I was like,
I don't think Gal Gadot tries to do any accent ever. I think if she was going to try to do an American accent, it should have been for Wonder Woman.
Exactly. I hope though it's for one gag of she's pretending to be somebody and she gets caught and she goes back to her regular accent. Anyway,
I don't know.
This looks fun. This is better than some of the other Netflix movies that have come out. This is better than Hitman's Bodyguard, Hitman Bodyguard's Wife. I'll die on that hill. I know you two disagree.
Because they were hilarious.
I've done enough arguing. I haven't seen Bodyguard's Wife.
I don't need it to know. I don't need to see it to know it's hilarious.
I don't need to see it to know it's a pile of dog shit. But Netflix movie. So hopefully this one will be good. This will turn the tide for me. I don't know. I hope. November 12th, time will tell, and I'll put it on my watch list, and then I'll forget about it because Netflix only serves things for a little bit of time, and then it'll die in this catalog that I'll never see again.
Speaking of streaming service only movies or streaming service originals, did either of you watch The Infinites on Paramount Plus?
I don't have
because I
Paramount Plus.
just got Paramount Plus.
All right. The Infinites was a recently released Mark Wahlberg movie.
I heard it was trash. Though.
I disagree completely. I thought it was solid. It was a lot of fun to watch. Anyway, watch it.
Okay.
Did anybody ever listen? We talk about a lot of freaking movie trailers. We never actually follow up. Did anybody ever watch that Tomorrow War movie with Chris Pratt?
Yes.
No.
Any good?
No.
Yeah, I've heard garbage
Okay.
things.
No. Not good.
When people I respect, like Dan Merle and other people on YouTube, are saying this is a waste of your time, please don't watch it.
So was the Michael B. Jordan movie, the Without Remorse.
Oh, really? That's on my watch
Yeah,
list.
I heard.
Also
I heard that
garbage.
was bad.
Garbage.
That was terrible.
I was gonna watch it this weekend. Thank
Garbage.
you. You just saved me some time.
I mean, watch it. Give it a watch. But like I thought it was very disconnected. It just didn't make any sense to me.
So let's round out today's conversation with another Netflix movie, right? Which is odd. I did not expect this to be a Netflix movie. Coming out on December 24th, Adam McKay's Don't Look Up, starring everybody. So Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence are the top two billings. I think they get top billing. And then Meryl Streep,
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill, right? Like Ariana Grande, Rob Morgan, Ron Perlman, like.
Well, it's like Adam McKay puts like what he does is he goes to a Beverly Hills Starbucks and he just goes in the men's room and the women's room and he on the wall he writes Adam McKay movie any interest, and then all of the celebrities put their names, right? But he only leaves it up there because, they're going to come over like every hour. They scrub the walls, right? So you have like 59 minutes until the next wall scrubbing in the Starbucks, and Adam McKay goes in at 58 minutes, goes into the men's room, then just takes screenshot, takes picture, and then goes into the women's room, takes picture of the wall, and then he calls everybody that put their name up there.
Right. Because I saw Michael Chiklis is in this movie, so he was definitely
everyone was in that Starbucks that day.
Mike, if you don't know Adam McKay,
One hop in Starbucks.
What's great is if you don't know Adam McKay, if you're like, I don't know who you're talking about, just watch the trailer. They will remind you what you know him from. Like, they will remind you. Don't.
They're like,
don't worry.
And they do it in a way that's like, from I'm sorry,
here are two big awesome movies.
The Big Short and Vice, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be like that. And they're like, whoa, also Step Brothers and right. So you're like, this could be whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah, all right.
And you're kind of like,
also goofy.
Here's the thing about this trailer is you have Leonardo DiCaprio basically having a panic attack in a bathroom, splashing water on his face,
right?
And you're like, oh, this is gonna be it's gonna be a serious movie. And then flash forward to the Oval Office, and Jonah Hill's going, your breathing is giving me anxiety.
Yeah, your breathing's freaking me out.
And I'm like, holy shit, this is gonna be solid. You know what? I didn't even, and it's weird. They didn't put a ton of makeup on her or nothing, but I didn't even fucking recognize Jennifer Lawrence. I'm like, I know that face. How do I know that face?
I know. She disappeared again. Jonah Hill, I think, by the way, in this trailer comes off awesome.
Steals the show.
Seriously, he does. I'm just like, I want to be him. I want to spend time with that motherfucker right now. Give me his radio show.
This is the Jonah Hill that should have been in War Dogs.
This is the Jonah Hill that's been there all along, but no one's let him just go, right? Because he got to do this in Wolf of Wall Street, right? Like, you let him go, and he'll give you what you need. Mm-hmm. I feel like Adam McKay gave him the faith to do this. Brian, we mentioned a few movies, right? Big Short, Step Brothers, Veep, Anchorman was the other Adam McKay movie, by the way, Josh.
Not Veep, Vice.
Vice. Why would I say Veep?
Vice.
That's a completely different thing. What are your thoughts on this trailer and this movie?
It looks entertaining. I haven't seen Big Short or Vice. I own Vice.
Are you sure you watch movies, or you just watch the same movies over and over again?
Nah, I've actually been watching a lot of older classic movies.
God. I'm gonna have to start tallying now.
And I've been doing a lot of horror. So like it happens.
Stop doing that crap.
I don't even know what to do with this anymore.
If you haven't seen The Big Short, I don't even know how to help you.
Like, it's such a great fucking movie.
Oh, so great. And there's so many great performances. It's not just, because this guy's good. Look.
And I learned stuff.
Yeah, Christian Bale's good. Steve Carell is fucking great.
Amazing.
And Steve Carell's whole, merry band of characters. Jeremy Strong, also very good in that movie. The two jokesters that I can't ever remember their names, they're both fucking good. But, Brad Pitt was excellent. Everybody in the movie was very good.
I believe you.
This is just me turning into Brian and yelling actors at his face now. So I wanted to bring up one more piece of news, and I didn't have this in the show notes, so forgive me. But one of the reasons that I am definitely going to tell you, Brian, that you need to watch The Wire is due to the recent passing of the actor who played Omar.
Yeah, I saw that he passed, and I thought I should watch The Wire, and then I went to Disney World. So,
so Omar Little is my favorite character of any show, subscription or streaming or whatever that whole genre. Any show, Omar Little is my favorite character written in the last 20 some years. I thought he was excellent. I thought Michael K. Williams was the perfect guy to play him. And that dude was he's a really good actor.
If you
watched
ha-
any of his other stuff, but
Boardwalk
he's really
Empire,
good.
he plays Chalky White,
Chalky
and
White,
he's
excellent.
amazing. Like, he is amazing in that show. He was also in, like, 12 Years a Slave.
Listen, he's been in a couple movies and
Baby
I've always
Gone.
enjoyed him. I'm not saying that, like, I'm not going to watch
no.
The Wire. I'm saying it's just...
What we're saying is, you now have a reason, right? There's not a whole lot of reason to go and watch a show from 2000.
No, I've always had a reason to watch that show because I love Idris Elba. I haven't gotten around to it. It just hasn't come up yet. And what you also have to understand now is that, like,
Time is a cool mistress to you. I see. Okay.
time is a cruel mistress. I'm, like, way behind on everything. I haven't seen Shang-Chi yet. Like, I got shit that I'm trying to get done as well. And I also have to keep in mind that Cassandra's not going to want to watch that. So it's a show that I got to watch by myself.
What?
I don't think.
You wanna
listen, I've never floated it by her, but I don't think it's a show she'd be interested.
Note to self: start text message with Laura, Josh, Brian, Cassandra.
And also, what you need to remember is that, like, I just got her to be like, we should watch the Harry Potter movies because we rode the Harry Potter rides. So you can
bang that out.
9 movies I have to watch.
Yeah, you can bang that out in a few weeks. That's.
We are not those type of people. I can't sit in front of the TV for 10 hours with her. Like,
No. I said a few weeks. You do 2 movies
Yeah,
a day, and then you're out.
We're not doing 2 movies a day.
You wake
we have
up early,
opposite schedules.
You wake up early, you watch a movie. You stay up late, you watch a movie. Done.
Soon is going to be, well, now, the baby's coming, so I really don't have time to watch
That's right.
this.
That's right. They have the sports, and I'm retiring.
I just lost the will to live. I'm not going to watch The Wire. Are you kidding me?
My grandkids are getting married, and I don't have time.
I'm on a ventilator. I'm not going to watch The Sopranos.
We're going to the moon next week.
I'm getting updated and update to the what's the
That's
word?
right. That's right.
I'm being put up to the cloud tomorrow. I don't have time to watch The Sopranos.
But
I did just watch Park and Rec for the 4th time.
We have a 320-day slumber on our orbit to Saturn, and the only thing they can let us watch is Rick and Morty. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
they're only up
to season 6.
I've got like 3 episodes of Rick and Morty to watch, so thank you for that.
Anyway, there is a lot of good movies coming out. Definitely some stuff to get excited about. We did not forget. We did not forget about the time travel movie ranker. Just wanted to get back. Brian just got back into town. Just came back from Florida. Boy, are his arms tired. So we're not going to make him rank while we're on the show. So we're going to give him some time so that we can get these movies ranked. So definitely stay tuned for that. So thank you so much, listener, for making us your walk around your neighborhood, your drive to work, or whatever it is we are in your life. And we'll see you at the next episode.
Well, welcome to the club because you are that kind of nerd.
The 3 of us, I don't even know the intro anymore. I usually just say one of you is the best. I don't know what to do now. I'm in a predicament.
Wait, you said he was the best on the last podcast? I haven't listened to it yet.
He did, and I said, well, you said Brian was the best last time.
I don't really believe anything that comes out of your mouth now.
So I've put myself
You've
into
proved
a pickle.
yourself. You've proven yourself to be
You're an
discredited.
unreliable narrator.
Oh,
Unreliable.
No. My memoirs are ruined.
I was really hoping for some more beating around the bush. I would like you to rewind and do some more beating. What is around the bush that you're beating? Are they squirrels?
It would be small berries and maybe a rodent or two.
Okay.
Certainly not a capybara, which is the world's largest rodent. I don't know if you've ever seen them. They are ridiculous.
Are they only in Australia?
How would I ever see one of those?
South America, a zoo, I would assume. The interwebs. I don't know.
I'm going to a lot of zoos.
You should. You're not going a lot of places, really, Josh?
Funny thing is, I bought a zoo.
Oh,
Yes,
you and Matt Damon
did.
together?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, I did.
Remember, you bought a zoo. Lied to us
About what?
about buying a zoo. That's.
Oh,
not right.
I just made the joke. I've never seen the movie.
You've never seen the movie?
Why would I want to watch We Bought a Zoo?
It's actually a pretty good movie. Scarlett Johansson
Okay.
and Matt Damon together makes you cry.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to sign up for. Voluntarily crying. Matrix Resurrections.
Made it weird.
Oh my God.
Wow. All right. I see we haven't lost a step.
I've lost all of the steps.
Oh my God. Did anyone just see that wheel fly by me? Because like we are just completely off the rails here.
No, that was the same wheel.
Oh,
Wait a second. No. Hang on a
The
second.
wheels fell off the car.
Yeah, wheels don't work with that analogy.
I mixed my metaphors.
The train is what's off the rails. If you're gonna make a joke, get your metaphors correct.
Well, I think that may be the title of the show right there, by the way. Anyway,